back to the Garcia Arsenal podcast. My name is Garcia. Welcome back to a brand new video. Arsenal are looking for a new attacking midfielder to help Martin Odegaard, with two options being discussed. That is Brandt and Sevilla Nypan, the 18-year-old from Rosenborg. Arsenal have also already agreed a deal to get their second goalkeeper, and that is Joan Garcia. We'll be talking about more of that deal. I'll give you a little bit of detail on that deal, but looks like we are very serious this summer. And the fact that we want a second attacking midfielder, that actually poses a question: what's going to happen with Fabio Vieira and Arsenal? This is the right move. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as well. Who do you take as your attacking midfielder to help Martin Odegaard from the market? Do we have internal solutions? I think Ethan Henry can be that internal solution, but external solutions for me would work a little bit better. Go out there, get yourself a signing, 30 million, 35 million, to give you that option. If Odegaard is off form, if Odegaard things are not clicking, or probably you need more creativity in a game, a player that you can bring on, a player that you can actually rely on. So let's get into it. Let's start off with that big story on Joan Garcia. Every single day, stories from Spain continue to wash us on the internet that Joan Garcia is going to be an Arsenal player. Now, as far as we stand, Arsenal and Joan Garcia have an agreement in principle to sign the player in the summer. Yes, we have not yet agreed the price. It could be 10 million, it could be 15, it could be 20. But Arsenal, what I've seen with Arsenal this summer, they want to make sure that they agree deals with players quickly. And what that does for you, what it helps is that you get the guarantee of the player. Now with Joan Garcia, Arsenal didn't have a lot to do. The player already wants the project, and he already wanted the project. Actually, he wanted to join us in the summer. He wanted to join us last summer, but I think something happened. Arsenal were very, very skeptical about their, PSR and FFP and all that. They decided, we are not going to make any more signings. We shall visit all these in January, but also in the summer. So our second goalkeeper, Joan Garcia, comes in this summer. He's going to be, for me, a real competition for Raya. And the reason that's why I feel he's going to be real competition. He's young, and that means that he believes he can actually have a chance to start for Arsenal. But he's also incredibly good with his feet. That is one thing that David Raya has got to look at. I'm not going to lie. Competition really matters. When Raya was around with Ramsdale, we had a good goalkeeper there. And I think he's still a very, very good goalkeeper. But without that severe competition, you kind of feel like, he might relax a little bit. So Joan Garcia comes in as this option that is going to keep David Raya honest and keep him on his tenterhooks, just to make sure that he doesn't drop value, just to make sure that he doesn't drop in quality. And I love to see it. Now, Arsenal looking for a second attacking option, and it looks like we might go for a younger player like Sevilla Nypan, and there are a couple of other options that Arsenal have discussed and looked at. Or we might go for an experienced player like Brandt. Now, there are a couple of other options that we have discussed, and we'll talk about them. There is the option of Julian Brandt, but then you also have the option of Florian Wirtz. But I think Wirtz doesn't come in as a backup for Odegaard. Wirtz would come in as, as part of a major rebuild to the team. So let's start off with Sevilla Nypan. Sevilla Nypan is an interesting talent, like abnormal talent. At his age, the player that was doing that at his age in Norway was Martin Odegaard. And why I like Sevilla Nypan very much is that he's so attack-minded. He's like Eden Hazard, Mesut Ozil kind, not in terms of their quality. I'm not saying I'm comparing them. I'm saying that is what you get. That's the mentality this young man has. He hunts for the ball, and he wants to make things happen, and he believes he can make things happen. That is the whole point of a number 10. So I like him, and Arsenal could get him for around 10 million, but he's just 18. What if Odegaard suffers another injury? What if this time Odegaard suffers a longer injury? Can we stand on our feet and say we are going to trust an 18-year-old to be the guy that runs this team and takes us forward? That is a little bit delusional. However, I would like him to come in, probably play one season with the under-23s, and then get promoted to the first team, right? So with Nypan, a good player, honest talent, I wouldn't really put that kind of pressure on him. I wouldn't really do that. Keep him, right? Sign him, keep him, and let him work his way through the ranks, just like the Ethan Neneris have done, and just like the Lewis Kellys have done. The second option is Julian Brandt. Brandt is a very interesting option, but I think Julian Brandt is becoming more and more of a deeper midfielder the older he gets. The people who first saw Julian Brandt at Bayer Leverkusen, he was more of an attacking midfielder. He was like a typical, honest attacking midfielder whose job was to keep defenses honest. But as time has progressed, we have seen him play in the 10, then 11, then 8, and then I'm like, where are you going? Are you going deeper and deeper and deeper, right? I think it's becoming more of an Ilkay Gundogan than a Kevin De Bruyne, and I don't have a problem with him. So the advantage of this deal is that Arsenal would be getting a player whose contract is very close to ending, and we would also be getting a player that wants a new challenge. I think Brandt would jump onto the opportunity of moving to the Premier League. And especially if you're giving him a chance to sign for a club like Arsenal, a club that is in the Champions League, a club that is in title races, a club that is honestly expected to be somewhere in the next 5 years, he would jump onto that opportunity. Why Arsenal should try to sign Julian Brandt? It is self-explanatory. It is easy, right? Julian Brandt is one of those players that you can 100% trust. He's gonna be on the bench, doesn't need to start every game, and you can trust that if he comes off the bench, he is gonna deliver. He's got the experience, he's got the pedigree. And I think him coming in would keep Martin Odegaard honest, but there wouldn't be a lot of clashing, right? He would be more like Xherdan Shaqiri, the way Liverpool had Xherdan Shaqiri. Remember Shaqiri? He was there and he would come on and at times score. At times, score a thunderbolt. But he was never there to put the manager on pressure. Why am I not playing? Why am I not playing? All that kind of stuff. Because, to be honest, we are looking for a backup 10. We already have Odegaard in the creative role. We are just looking for another creative option. That takes me to Florian Wirtz, but I want to do a whole video on Florian Wirtz. Wirtz would be very expensive to be a backup. He would be very, very expensive to be a backup, and I wouldn't really fancy him as a backup. I would want him to be a starter. Sign Wirtz to be our superstar. Sign Wirtz to take Arsenal to the next level, not as a starter. You don't spend 100 million to sign Wirtz as a backup option, right? Hit the like button. See you soon.